2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Nets in Brooklyn. And for Brooklyn, just one win over the last 7 games. They're not happy with how they're playing, looking to make amends tonight. And the Brooklyn Nets, no control of their first-round pick until 2019. Makes it tough to execute a quick turnaround, Shaq, but they're trying.
Yeah, the front office has been getting creative. They're taking on big contracts to acquire valuable assets.
Well, they've done a great job recently of drafting late because it's tough. You know, late first-round picks, late second-round picks, those are guys you really have to do some homework on. But win or lose, these guys have played hard every single night.
That's a quick turnaround. But there, see, it makes it tough to execute. Quick turnaround. Quick turnaround.
Ernie, that's not quick.
We got new chairs.
That's not quick.
Here in the studio.
It's actually kind of slow turn.
Kevin Harlan's got the call.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand. And of course, Alan Crabb, team moving on here without him.
And Kevin, he was an important player for him. I think more than people give him credit for. And that's not to say the trade was a mistake, but this is a guy they'll miss.
Two teams that run offense through the block, Brent. What does playing inside out do to a defense?
Well, it's kind of the idea, and we've talked about it, Kevin, the accordion of the defense.
Right.
You press them in and then out, and then at some point, if they don't work themselves back in, there are advantages on driving angles, there's advantages of attacking closeouts, and then opportunities open up. And the more of those easy shots go in, it starts to deflate that defense.
Boy, you need that center to kind of have his head on a swivel, right? He's got to have that great vision about where guys are.
Well, between that and also you being a big poker fan, we'll see how this accordion defense plays out tonight.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Anderson. Collins is out there with Len, and it's Young, and so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And Anderson has it in the corner. And stolen by Prince. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Russell. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Russell's got his second bucket.
And this is why you like size in the backcourt. Russell taking the hit, yet still able to finish.
Russell against Young. Now here's Len. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. It's Prince on the wing, defended by Anderson from past the arc. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Here's the Hawks with the ball. 4-point game, and this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Here's Prince. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington. LeVert the pass to Prince. Tries it from 19. Doesn't go that time. So the Hawks will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that,
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher there. That was a case where every single thing that could have gone wrong for them, oh, it showed up.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I briefly spoke with Lloyd Pierce. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Well, they're aware of how difficult an opponent this is to defend. A lot of good shooters they have to deal with.
Which means being extra active with their perimeter deep, fighting through the screens, quick switches, all the little things they need to do to prevent those open looks.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. I expect a lot of movement defensively. They have to be reacting and, like a watch, rotating all night long.
Allen, that's good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Young. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
That free throw good from Young.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the charts.
Brooklyn making some changes. Davis comes in for Allen. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. And so Young nails them both. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Prince kicks to Russell. Puts up a 3. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Davis. And it's 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And smooth release from range. Russell can just do so many things for you.
Davis with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And Atlanta has possession, following the bucket by the Nets. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bazemore. Here's Dedmon. And Davis sends it back.
Great anticipation. Davis light on his feet and using that 7'2" wingspan sends that one back.
And doing their best to maximize possessions, just staying focused with this lead.
Well, it isn't much, but they've been able to capture some of the momentum of this game and increase their advantage.
Here's Young after the basket by Brooklyn.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Pass to Russell, lets it go from deep, and the Nets another 3.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Atlanta calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Williams, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Taurean Prince. Then for the Hawks, Davis is checked in for John Collins. Carter comes in for Justin Anderson, and it's Alan Crabb in for Young. Now here is Carter. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Russell kicks to Dinwiddie. Here's Williams, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. They trail by 14. They get a hand on it. Passes it to Harris. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Carter. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Dinwiddie, good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
The Hawks trail by 17. Pass to Dedmon. The Hawks working the ball around. Bazemore on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Can they get it? Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, Bazemore does a good job of not getting thrown off balance there. Keeps his focus even after getting hit.
With Kent Bazemore, Brent, a lot of what he brings on the defensive end starts with his length, a very large, long arm span.
Yeah, not a picnic for any guard that's trying to navigate around the length of Kent Bazemore. He's always had an impressive steal and block total as the seasons have gone on, and the ball handler doesn't ever feel quite comfortable with Baze around.
Nets leading by 14. Here's Dinwiddie. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Williams finds Davis, and he uses the glass on the layup. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Carter with the bucket.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Williams passes to Davis. Misses in close.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
The Hawks trail by 13. Outside, Davis. He kicks to Carter to the right side. Crab dishes to Carter. To the inside. Here's Davis.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Carter down low. Guarded by Harris. Clock at 4. And it's Carter missing. Brooklyn leading by 13. And stolen by Bazemore. Here's the break. Here's Crab shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Bazemore. Averaging 13 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
That's good from Crab. There are a lot of guys that can just blow right by you. They turn on the jets, and they're as quick as a hiccup. And there are some guys with that quick first step that they're a blur.
I love watching Damian Lillard in Portland when it is that he has one of those. Most of the games he has it going, but one of those games where he's really got it going. And the way that he can get around a pick and get into the hoop. Damian Lillard, explosive. Put Kyrie Irving, put John Wall's blazing speed on that list. And sometimes Goran Dragic, the way he weasels into a lane, and I mean that in a good way, finishing off.
No, I like that word. That's a good word.
He's fantastic. So we have tremendous explosive point guards who get the job done.
And it's LeVert missing.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another. And you need both elements working together. You know, at least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Now here's Napier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Napier. He's guarded closely. And the pass to LeVert. 5 to shoot over Crabbe.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And this group gives us a second look at the shooting guards leading their position in steals over the last 10 games. You take a look at Bazemore, such quick hands, second in the NBA.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, if he was a light switch, he'd always be on. Defensively, they treat each possession like the game depends on it. They're looking to cause a little bit of chaos in any way that they can.
Allen's checked in for Davis. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Alex Len's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And stolen by Napier. On the wing, Harris. Wide open look. Rebounded by the Hawks.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Carter against Harris. Davis in the corner. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. They lead by 7. And here's Napier. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Williams in the post. Davis is there. They need this one. Williams' shot is off.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now here's Len. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. To the middle. And Davis throws it down.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
And that's all you can do. Just chisel away at the lead. Keep believing in what you're doing.
Here is Williams. Back to Napier. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And the Nets lead by 7.
And the game of basketball is one of runs. And right now, this one's definitely not over.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Kicks it to Crabbe. 1:24 left in the first quarter. Here's Len. Here's Carter. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Lynn. 16th in shooting percentage. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And he's a guy who would rather pass the ball off than take a bad shot. Completely unselfish. Unbelievable. I love the way he plays. Now here's Williams. Vince Carter missing his last shot. Williams kicks to Harris. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Alan Williams. And it's Taurean Prince in for Harris. Then for the Hawks, Justin Anderson comes in for Vince Carter. Young is subbed in for Alan Crabbe. .105 left in the first quarter. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Napier. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Anderson against Prince. And Anderson kicks to Young. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. Brooklyn leading by 9. Now Napier. Pass to Prince. 20 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Chalk up 2 there. Prince has got 6.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Now, here is Young. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
Well, what helps that out a lot is he got to the free throw line, which was a real game changer. It slowed down the opposition's momentum and made them play to his team style.
The most lethal part of Young's game, his outside shot is often on the money.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jameson, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade, you know, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Young. John Collins is out there with Anderson. Then there's Len.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, Brent, as a former dunk contest winner, I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Neek coming in, flying in, and finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Neek provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years.
Young, right side, passes it to Collins. Pass to Len. Len. It's good on the putback.
This guy's got a great nose for the offensive glass, and I like how he used those long arms that time to reach up, snag that rebound.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference. And the early results look good, Brent. Do you ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel is just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
And so Young nails them both. And so Napier will bring it up for the Nets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Allen outside. He kicks to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Allen. Shoots over Len. And the Nets miss again. The Hawks trail by 9. Inside. Young passes to Collins. Lays it up off the glass. Collins has got his first points in this one.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Prince outside. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now Napier. Kicks to Allen. Shoots over Len, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding one guards of the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by Trae Young.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do.
It's a dimension of the game that so few point guards have, and it's an attribute that makes them much more valuable to their ball clubs. To have that many rebounds coming from the point guard position, what a plus you got there.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Young. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging about 31 points, 7 assists, and just over 2 steals. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Napier. The Hawks trail by 9. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Passes it to Young. Nets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
And the first one at the line is good.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And the Hawks making a change here. Bazemore's checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And we see it so often. Brent, a good team gets up for a big game and they win. And then they fall down with their performance and lose to an inferior club the very next game.
Interesting point, because last year we saw this so much with the eventual champion Golden State Warriors, where they just seem to be disillusioned with some of the competition on a given night, playing down to their competition. So if I was a coach in this league, I would use them as an example that even the best team in the business struggles with this, and you have to find a way out of it. We're not the Warriors. We want to be the Warriors, so we got to break out of this funk a lot quicker, and this cannot be part of our identity as we move forward.
And Young kicks to Anderson. Dedmon with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. It's Young on the wing. He's got 7. Clock is at 3. Here's Bazemore. It's good from the top of the key. Bazemore's got 5 points so far. Timeout called. The Nets defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, you try to put up these scoring runs, and it hurts when you all of a sudden just give away free points from the free throw line.
So for the Nets, Davis comes in for Allen, and it's Russell in for Napier. Nets leading by 11. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. To the inside. Here's Prince. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
The Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Young finds Anderson. And here is Dedmon, guarded by Prince. Dedmon with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with it.
And it's Davis with the ball for Brooklyn. 17 points was their biggest margin. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. It's Anderson with the drive. The teardrop falls in.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Nets leading by 11. Prince outside. Here's Russell. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And you see Russell taking the hit on that shot. Great body control, potential and one. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Russell. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Davis. And it's Russell in the corner. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Russell's got 15 points.
And happy to take it up inside. You see Russell under control and in charge.
And stolen by Russell. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Prince against Carter. Shot clock at 6. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce.
Russell passes to Davis. Back to Russell. Bazemore grabs the miss.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Crabb kicks it to Bazemore. Now the pass to Carter. Bounce pass Davis. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Again, the Hawks score.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
To the inside, Davis. Right through the D for the layup. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
So for the Nets, Williams, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Harris comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Crabb kicks to Dedmon. Bazemore on the wing. He's guarded by Russell. Outside, Davis. High, arcing shot, and it's good on the way in. Davis has got 6.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
For Brooklyn, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
Yeah, not many guys entering the league impact their teams this fast. Russell is an exception.
Lenz checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And he's good on the second.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Here's Len. He's got 6. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Pass to Davis. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Crabb. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Two shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. The Hawks trail by 14. Kicks it to Crabb. Herter, he's guarded by Russell. Now the feed to Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Crabb. For 3, Harris buries the long-range jumper.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Pass to Davis. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
Yeah, Len's not going to settle for anything else. A dunk on the inside goes up strong.
Russell finds Williams. To the paint. Here's Davis. Rejected by Len. And he recovers it. And stolen by Cram. No good on that one. Nice D from Russell. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. LeVert. Williams trying to break free. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Back to Crab. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A nice shot by LeVert.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Carter against Harris. Carter, the pass to Len, and the dunk by Len.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Nets leading by 18. There's a minute left in the first half. Here's LeVert. He's guarded by Cram. Back to Russell. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%. The Hawks trail by 20. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Guys, hard enough to win in this league, but when you continue to hurt yourself because of miscues, it makes it all the more difficult.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Napier comes in for Russell. Then for the Hawks, John Collins, he's checked in for Davis. Anderson comes in for Carter. Young is subbed in for Allen Cram. Harris dishes to Napier. No good on that one. So the Hawks will take it the other way. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Nets leading by 19. 17 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And here's Harris from the arc. That one doesn't drop. D'Angelo Russell getting it done for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, some perspective, please.
How good are these guys on the fast break? They're pushing the ball, finding the open man, finishing strong. They're at a breakneck pace, and if they can maintain this level of intensity in the second half, blowout city.
And over to the big fella, Your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
The Brooklyn Museum, just one of the many places to visit here in this famous borough of New York City. Welcome back, folks. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
It just makes such a difference when the offense is running through him. He just keeps everyone involved.
And he controls the pace for his team. So what does that do? That forces the opponents to play at his speed. He can dictate a lot out there.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Russell. Count that one. Russell's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Brooklyn.
Monster night, and what's scary, Russell's built for many more of these.
Here's Young. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
Down low, it's tipped. Stolen by Len. And oh, here we go. Young's got it, the fast break chance. And yes, it's good.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Even after a number of years in this league, Len still feels like a developmental project.
Well, out of the 5 positions, centers seem to be not only the latest guys to develop, but also with the way the game is going, you wonder what their position is in today's game. You look at Marc Gasol, he didn't become elite until he turned about 30 years old. Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan. It takes some time, Kevin.
Shot clock at 6. A 3 from Anderson. The Hawks get it back in a new 24. Brooklyn leading by 17. Russell looking around. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Russell. He's got 20. To the middle. Here's Allen. And Allen slams it in.
And you love how Russell keeps his eyes up. Rarely misses a guy when he's free.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll. And it gives us a chance to check out the stats for Taurean Prince. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's putting up 13 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out. And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Russell passes to LeVert. And a chance here to go to our rookie leaderboard and give a nod to the best long-range bombers of the past month. Number 5 is Trae Young.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. The dish to Anderson. Tipped away. Back to Young. Shoots. Hits the front of the rim and out.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Back to Prince. And here's Young. He's got 9. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Anderson kicks to Len. Clock at 6. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
The Nets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Atlanta. That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Young finds Anderson. Now Dedmon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the inside to stop the run. And the layup is up and in.
Dedmon using his size on the inside, and the defense trying to do their best to keep him away from the basket. Not that time.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Pass to Bazemore. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bazemore's got 9.
Now the coaching staff asking a lot of Kent Bazemore, especially there to play in the pick and roll. He jumps on that available space on the pick and cashes in.
Russell passes to Dinwiddie. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And he banks in the layup. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
And stolen by Russell. Plays the breakaway.
How about the D there by Russell? Just using that 6'9" wingspan to jack the ball loose, then kicks it up off the fast break.
Dedmon dishes to Young. Anderson against Prince. And the pass to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Bucket is good.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Russell against Young. To the paint. Here's Allen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one.
we're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
So for the Nets, Davis is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Harris comes in for Taurean Prince. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. And then for Atlanta, Davis is checked in for Collins. Carter comes in for Anderson. And it's Allen Crabbe in for Young. And Allen drops them both. Now here's Bazemore. 9 points in the game so far. He kicks it to Dedmon. Yes, that goes in. Dedmon's got his second basket.
Fun to watch Kent Bazemore flesh out more of his overall game. Quick at getting passes over to his teammates.
Harris outside. This one for three. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists in the game. For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Pass to Bazemore. Carter outside. 4 on the shot clock. Over Harris. Kept alive. Back to Bazemore. Kicks it to Carter. A second chance effort. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Ed Davis.
Yeah, Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. And so Napier will bring it up for Brooklyn. Harris outside. The 3 from Dudley. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Dudley's got his first 3 points of the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Crabbe with the ball. Passes it to Carter. Six to shoot to the middle. Rebound by Napier.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Here's Bembry to the inside. Spellman, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Harris.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Here's the floater. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Bembry. Crabbe in the corner. Shot clock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Atlanta again missing. Brooklyn's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And the shot goes down. Napier's got 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And along with the resurgence Carroll had last season, in large part due, I think, Greg, to finally feeling healthy.
Yeah, and Carroll is quick to tell you just how hard it was for him to regain form after that knee injury. Coming back is something that each player experiences kind of in their own way. Great presence, though, on and off the floor, and really a natural leader.
Here's Crabbe. And the baseline jumper, no good.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Both teams will make substitutions. Hawks have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. And Young kicks to Crabbe. Feeds it to Young. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. 13 points in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Williams. To the inside. Napier passes to LeVert. No good from outside.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Alan Williams. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Damari Carroll. Atlanta's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. For Atlanta, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Young nails them both. Brooklyn leading by 20. And here's Napier. He's got 11. That's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Russell.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Napier kicks to Harris. Here's Dinwiddie. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Dinwiddie's got 8 points.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
And no question, it looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Pass to LeVert. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. In the 3rd spot, Trae Young.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Nets making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Anderson's checked in. Both good from the line that time. 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Now, here is Young. Defense is right there. Here's Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks.
And when you look at that Pacers matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Nets leading by 22. Dinwiddie passes to Hollis Jefferson. Right side Davis. Now the pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 4th assist in this one.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 8. 44 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to LeVert. Rebound Atlanta. Len's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. Good on both. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. 19-point game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's LeVert. Misses in close. Kicks it to Anderson. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nets lead by 19. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Collins is out there with Anderson. Then there's Len. When it's Young, the shot's good.
Pretty good concentration there. The more touches Len is getting on the inside, it seems like the confidence is growing.
Here's Dinwiddie. To the inside. Stolen by Len. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Drills it from outside.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Down low, here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Well, he's underrated, Davis, as an athlete. He can get up there in a hurry.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. The Hawks trail by 16. Got a piece of it. And, oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Young finds Anderson. At the top of the key, Len. Passes it to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And they double up Russell. Kicks it out to Prince. And the 3 off target. The Hawks trail by 18. Pass to Len. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, you can contest his shot, but he's so big, he can use that length just to score over the top of most every defender.
There's the pass to Russell. Here's Davis. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And the Nets lead by 18. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And Young kicks to Len. Herter, he's guarded by Russell. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Timeout called, the Nets. John Collins has some areas of his game Brand he'd like to improve, but finishing at the rim isn't one of them.
No, definitely not. He's 6'10" and just explosive when he gets around the rim. Great composure in traffic, and I don't think he gets routed at all by contact down there. I think he gets to salivating a little bit to have those big finishes that we saw in his rookie campaign.
Collins checked in for the Nets. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Back to Russell. Here's Prince. Out to Russell. Another shot. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Russell's got 24 points. The Hawks trail by 18. Passes to Collins. Hawks passing it around. Here's Collins. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Well, he's getting bodied up, but Taurean Prince has a pretty decent body himself, so not minding it one bit.
Bazemore dishes to Young. Pass to Collins. Fires from the line. The rebound by Prince. Brooklyn leading by 20. To the middle. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Young. 2 points. That one goes. Young's got 15 points here in the second half.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Dedmon defending. Now the pass to Dinwiddie from past the arc. The rebound by Anderson. The Hawks trail by 18. Here's Bazemore. Got a piece of it, and they're able to recover. He gets that one. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And the layup is good. And the Nets lead by 18.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Prince against Anderson. 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. Russell kicks to Prince. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, he has good size at his position, and Taurean Prince, even though traffic around him doesn't speed him up. Nice shot there.
Floats one up. The kick out to Anderson. And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. Russell against Young. Now, here is Russell. Tight defense on him. Prince, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks. That free throw, no good. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact their team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
And Young kicks to Dedmon. Rebounded by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Russell with a wide open look. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
The Hawks making a switch here. The Hawks trail by 20. Dishes to Young. He kicks to Anderson. Inside. The feed to Len. 5 to shoot. They could use a bucket. It's tipped. Hollis Jefferson finds Russell. And the call will be against Justin Anderson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Stolen by Len.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
The Hawks trail by 20. Commissioner Adam Silver has balanced his comments between wanting parity, Brent, and recognizing there are always going to be super teams. Is there a middle ground there?
Is there a middle ground?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You would like to have some of the teams just be more competitive than they are, but some of the creative, circuitous routes that teams have taken to put themselves into position to get better, younger talent has decimated.
What do you call that?
I don't have a term for it.
Okay.
I don't like the one that's used, so
Yeah.
I don't have a term for it. Let's just call it setting yourself up for the future, Kevin.
Looking ahead.
Yes, exactly. So I just don't think you'll ever get it. You do hope that some of the starving franchises do have some success for the fans who have they've had to bear a lot. So you root for them.
The Hawks trail by 20.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the inside. Shots good from Young. Young's got 24.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Russell against Young. Prince outside. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's laid up and in by Anderson.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Prince, the pass to Russell. Allen outside. Clock at 6. Back to Russell. Over Young. Russell, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Kicks it to Anderson. Over Prince. And again, it's Atlanta.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
Young taking his time here. Doesn't go for him. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Prince, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And Torian Prince getting up there and slamming it down.
So it's the Hawks now. They trail by 16. Young from outside. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Russell passes to Prince. Atlanta with the rebound.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
And stolen by Prince. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Feeds it to Young. That one goes in.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Russell kicks to Prince. Not going to go that time.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Nets leading by 14.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Nets.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for D'Angelo Russell.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
Clock at 4. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And although he's still a new kid on the block, he's very crafty, and Russell does a great job of just frustrating the defense there.
Free throw good, Russell. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Herter offline with his 3. Now Napier. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.